Let's get started on the actual game. So, welcome to our 10th session, sort of. I mean, last time we had a 9.5, so, you know. But on some count, it's the 10th one, so yay us, we made it. But we should probably start off by recollecting what happened last time. We can talk about what happened last time we played, as in our little side adventure, but then also try to remember what happened the time before that. So, who wants to talk about what happened 2 weeks ago?
You mean the 9.5 or 9?
9.5.
All right, I'll do it. So we were playing a one-shot based in Thon, where we were contracted. Well, we were part of the Thieves Guild, and we're contracted by the Thieves Guild to steal a certain item. It was a chalice, if I remember correctly, a chalice of the deity. What's his face? Damn it, Lathander.
Yeah.
There we go. Lathander. The party included. Damn it, I'm forgetting the names. I only remember mine.
It was the worst party in history, if I recall.
I mean, I remember what they did. I don't remember what their names were. But anyway, we had somebody whose only skills were infiltrating. We had somebody who was, well, supposed to be aggressive. And we had a batshit insane explosives expert. And well, with that party of three, they first tried to bust somebody out of the prison to get information from them, and then they busted the chalice out of the. Not going into too many details. Busted the chalice out of the abbey. Was it abbey or the church? No, it was the
Monastery.
monastery. Yeah. Monastery. There we go. Thank you. Busted the chalice out of the monastery, leaving devastation in their wake. A whole lot of devastation. And at the end of which, after they handed the thing off, they were told that they need to go somewhere else to lay low.
Yep, that was pretty much it. So it was a good attempt of at being at doing the mission.
Stealthily.
Yeah, with
We,
finesse. Thus,
we were a
What
group
we
of
did was a
thieves,
terrorist
none of
attack.
whom knew how to pick a lock. So
Ouch.
we just kind of blew up things and punched people and charmed people.
yep, that was pretty much it. But yeah, that's what happened back then. But okay, so for the main party here, though, so before that, who still remembers what happened back then in the ancient days when we last played?
That was our tedious venture back and forth, if I am not correct.
Yeah.
So after we dealt with the gnome, who was a evil scientist, and had caused all these very non safe medical practices, creating those abomination monsters out of the people that he somehow captured. We never figured out how he captured the people, but didn't really matter. We told the people about it, and then we heard a massive explosion and saw the dust cloud. So we decided to travel to Fort Harm to investigate, and then turns out a single wizard leveled half of a military city outpost thing. And the path was like destroyed because the city and the paths were gone. So we then had to go back the way we came, which was several days' journey back the way we came, to continue on to Ragornir, where I believe we arrived at the end of a session, and it's the Dwarven Mountain city.
Yep, that's pretty much it. Um,
Oh, and we have a ton of money now.
We do have a bit of spending cash.
Yep, you got some money and some gems. So where we specifically left off was that you arrived at the entrance to Ragornir, and as I explained last time, the dwarven cities basically consist of two parts. So you have the actual city under the mountain, and then you have a sort of outer village that is just outside the gates, outside the entrance to the mountains. And you have just arrived there, outside of Ragornir, in the town, and the path into the mountain lies open. And as we get started here, I'm just gonna let you know, because Tillman's character hasn't joined you yet. I am maybe going to try to kind of push you along a little bit to get through stuff kind of fast instead of hanging
Are you
about
Mace?
for too long. So, but yes, uh, as you
All
were.
right. Onwards and downwards into the mountain. Let's
Yes.
go.
So you go
Okay.
in, you walk through this small village. There's a lot of different kinds of people around here. Um, you see a lot of merchants, some craft people, and it seems like this is mostly just like a trading post for the dwarven city beyond. You go through an absolutely massive gate in the mountain. It's bigger than a lot of the buildings you've ever seen, and it is quite impressive. It is decorated with like it's like it's got several decorations looking like different sort of runes and things like that, but they don't seem to be text. It's not text, just like decoration. Um, but you go through, and you come to a tunnel that keeps growing somewhat smaller and smaller, um, until it closes in on a huge metal gate, which is closed. And you see a lot of dwarves around the gate working, um, and seemingly working on the gate. There's some scaffolding around it, and there's a lot of people just running about.
So the gate's closed, essentially.
Yeah.
Does that look like anyone who's like giving orders?
Yes. You
Okay,
see a dwarf that seems to be in charge of the whole operation here.
then I would like to head up to this guy, say hello. Is there a way to get into Ragornia?
The dwarf looks up to you for a moment and says, "Oh, another one. You know, I'm sorry. I do not know what caused this, but the gate has been rendered immobile. We can't open it. This is the second time this week already. I don't understand what happened, but we're working as hard as we can to repair it."
Second time? What happened before?
Well, seemingly it's the same thing. We are not sure about what caused it, but for some reason the gate simply refuses to budge. It's like the ground has been shifted slightly, uh, which means that we can't open it right now. But if you are in a hurry, you can go through the side tunnel. There is a side tunnel. They point to a smaller tunnel that goes to the side. That way you can travel through and reach Ragornia in a few hours.
This is just the commercial entrance for the shipping crates and stuff.
Well, yes, this is the main entrance, our glorious gate to the city. Um, so usually everybody goes through here, but right now we are stuck.
Are there any dangers along the way on the side path?
Oh no, don't worry about it at all. It's completely safe. It's a little dark, but it's fine. It's simply a straight tunnel. Well, it turns, but it's it's just one tunnel. You can't get lost on it, and it is completely fine.
Did
And
your oh, did your
okay, go
gate
ahead.
opening problems start before the giant boom and what's the name of that place? Fort Harm
Fort
turned
Harm.
into essentially ash, or was it after?
Well, it was slightly after that, but it wasn't the quake that caused it. No.
It was the aftershock of the quake.
Well, possible. I mean, I
Okay.
am not sure. At some point, it just simply stopped opening.
Okay.
Is this
Would there
magical gate or is it? Do you have to open it like manually?
It's completely non-magical. It's just a big, impressive gate.
there wouldn't happen to be any spiders along the side tunnel, right? No spiders, right?
No spiders seen here. Well, maybe the small ones.
And if that's the case, Mervyn, could you have a look at the gear, see if your mind can
Yeah.
see anything?
I'm reading through everything I got. I guess I will. Yeah. I don't have any spells to help me right now, but I will inspect the door and specifically the parts that the dwarves are working on.
Yep. Could you give me a perception check on that?
Oh, lovely.
Well, with your expertise, you can say that this is a gate.
Oh. Mhm.
But you can actually, you yourself can actually tell that the gate seems to be sort of like the two parts of it don't. It's in two parts
Yeah.
and they aren't quite in like sync with each other.
Yeah.
But that's all you can tell from that.
Yeah. Okay. I've had a house where the foundation shifted and the door literally like it like the bottom of it would just hit the floor. It wouldn't open more. So I'm picturing a similar thing. Sorry, my cat is bugging me. Where it's like they try and open the door and you literally just can't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
Cerulean Knight is
Mhm.
now hosting the stream.
Yeah. This door's broken. Or rather,
Well,
Thank
actually,
you
the
for your
door's not.
insight.
Actually, you know what? The door's not broken. The ground around it is broken.
The ground is broken. Wow.
The
Thank you
ground.
for your insight as ever, Mervyn.
Yes, thank you.
Perhaps we might have to take the side route then and just hope that there's no spiders.
the dwarven foreman knows to you. Your mule there. The cart probably won't be able to fit through those tunnels.
No.
But you can possibly go over to the town and there's actually a merchant over there that I know. Very trusted fellow. You could ask them to look after your mule and cart and bring them over to Ragonia when the gate is open. So I would suggest you could do that so you can have your mule back in, well, I don't know how long this will take, but whenever the gate is open.
Where is this mage character?
Everyone, how about instead of leaving Fluffy and having Fluffy come back, we set Fluffy free. He's been a trusty mule. Sell everything we don't need, get the coin for them, and move on. With additional bags for sure, but
Is Lars with us?
Yep.
What's that, Lars? You want to volunteer to stay with the cart? Wow, that's great of you. Thanks. Really appreciate that.
It's perfect.
A tough guy like you, you'll definitely be able to protect our stuff. We'll come get it later. Great job.
Incorrect. Lazaldin specifically will not stay behind.
Darn.
Lazaldin insists on coming with you into the tunnel.
Yes, he needs to. He will have to meet an untimely thing.
Wait, is it because the cart is too wide, or is it because of Fluffy will get scared in the dark tunnel that we can't get Fluffy?
The cart's too big.
We could keep Fluffy then and get rid of the cart. Sell it. We said we don't need to do that thing, I suppose.
Oh, I see. Still take Fluffy.
The cart has our chest
so-
full of coins.
Yes, the
Yeah, it does.
thing is, you have quite a lot of weight on that cart.
Yeah.
So, and even if you turn it into money, it's still gonna weigh you quite a lot. So, yeah,
Thankfully, we have
you
a
probably need to have the
paladin
cart
that's very
and the
strong
mule.
and can lift a lot of things.
I'll turn to the group out of earshot of the foreman. No one's able to just bash open or blow up the door, just out of curiosity, right?
Well,
The gate is you can't really tell the thickness of it exactly, but it seems to be very sturdy.
I mean, I could try. I don't think I'd succeed, but I could definitely try.
Trying to push the massive gate open that all the dwarves can't. You know what? Go on. I believe in you. And I'll even give you a bardic inspiration.
Oh, I'm sure
Alrighty.
Explosive Earl could do it.
I'm sure
so
he
what's-
could.
what does Silas try to do?
So, is this the gate that opens inward/outward, or is this a gate that opens up above, or is it a gate that descends?
It opens inwards or outwards.
Okay. So,
As in, you don't know which side.
okay. So, I will go to the foreman, or, well, the person, the dwarf that's in charge, and ask them, excuse me, what direction does the gate open in?
Oh, it opens inwards, that way. So, yeah, into the mountain.
All right, thank you. As I slowly walk up to the gate, just lean about 30 degrees, put one foot in the ground, put the other foot behind that foot to steady it, rage, and push.
All right. Give me a strength check.
Strength or athletics?
Just strength on this one.
Fair enough. Either way, advantage. Where's advantage? And the bardic inspiration, which I believe is a D8 at the moment.
Yes. If my memory serves.
Come on, roll 20. Roll for me.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Advantage. 20 plus 1d8. 22.
All right. You like push the gate with quite incredible strength. All the dwarves stop for a moment and just look at you, trying to move it. And as you push on the gate, there's like a slight. You hear like a scrape as it moves forward just a little bit, but then it doesn't feel like you are able to push it any further. And as you look back at what you've done, it seems like your your great heroic push may have made things possibly worse
Figured as much.
or better. It kind of depends on what the problem was, but it doesn't seem like it really helped too much.
Well, I can technically keep doing this for the whole day, but I think it's gonna take a lot longer than what the dwarves are doing to it. So, anyone else got any other idea besides going into the side tunnel?
I would like to try and fashion a wagon, like a smaller cart, so we can take some of our heavy stuff, probably not all of it, but some of it into the tunnel with us.
Okay, what would you fashion that out of? With what?
You could use the card.
I could take the cart apart. I could indeed take the cart apart. I'm trying to think of. If we had access to metal, that would probably be. My issue is I do not have proficiency in wood carvers tools. I have proficiency in tinkers, thieves, and smiths tools. If we had access to metal, I would.
I mean, crafting a whole wagon out of metal would take quite a while.
It would, yes, you're right. Can I is this how this works? Can I just roll at disadvantage because I don't know woodcarver's tools, or is that just something that I absolutely can't do?
I mean, I would say that you would be able to use them.
I think you just don't add a proficiency bonus.
Yeah, you like.
You just don't.
From mechanical side, you don't just add proficiency to things, but like you could use them. But yeah, you would not be particularly good at it. But since because of your background, you would be somewhat able to do it. But you would first of all have to find some, and also.
Oh, well, lucky for me, artificers have the ability at third level to produce
create them.
Yeah, it takes me an hour, but yes, I can just create tools.
Yeah.
Okay. So then I roll.
The foreman overhears your conversation about this and notes to you, oh well, if you're so keen on taking your mule with you, I mean, you could also just ask and trade for a cart at the village there.
Yes, this is a better idea. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's go buy a wagon, a little handheld wagon.
All right, so you go back to the village and browse around, ask some of the merchants, and you do find one who happens to have a slightly smaller cart, which you think Fluffy can pull through the side tunnel, and they offer to just trade you the cart for your cart.
Do they also have some mountaineering backpacks, the ones that go up?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. A wagon, yeah. Yay.
Are we sure we want to do this? To get rid of our big wagon?
We can buy a new wagon at Lyvernia, so that's matter.
I mean, do we have... I mean, it's either this or we leave the wagon and have it brought to us later.
I think we have enough to take what we need to take. Because my biggest problem was the chest of gold. But we have a little wagon now for that. And then Fluffy, and then we can carry other stuff, and Fluffy can carry some. Actually, no. If Fluffy's dragging something, maybe we don't put stuff on his back, but we can like carry some stuff.
I mean, you can fit all your stuff in the smaller wagon as well.
Yeah. Okay.
If that's the case, then yeah, let's just do that. Big hot.
All right. You trade in your cool big cart for a smaller one, which is as good as your old one, but just smaller.
It has no cup holders.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
You have a new cart.
I guess we're going down the side tunnel then.
All right. So you enter the tunnel, and as the dwarf said, things get a little bit darker. There's still light around, but mostly it's quite dim.
How many light cantrips do we have?
I mean, I have one.
Even though I do, so I guess one of us has to go to the front, and the other one has to like stay at the back.
I mean, I'm usually at the front, so nothing new for me.
Okay, so you light up the way, so things aren't quite as dark around you, but the tunnel itself is still dim. You travel about like an hour. It's a very monotonous route. There's nothing really, nothing to see. It's just a featureless tunnel that keeps going and going and going. But apparently, according to this dwarf, it leads you to Ragonia at some point. But before you get there, you are suddenly beset by some dwarves. There's a group of dwarves in front of you, and you take count. They are there's about like 20-ish dwarves there, and you note that they have much darker skin tone than the ones you've met so far. And one of the dwarves, who seems to be kind of in the lead of it all, speaks up to you first. In fact, it seems like they had noticed you before you noticed them. And the dwarf says, well. We were told that you were coming here a few days ago, but here you are now. I guess the info paid off after all. You're carrying something we want. Now, give it over, or else you're not getting through.
Are you sure you have the right person? Because you said you were supposed to wait for somebody a few days ago. Wouldn't they have arrived by now?
The dwarf brings up a piece of paper with some writing on it, and says, well, this here paper, it describes you five pretty well. So I think we got the right people. Now hand over your stuff, or else.
Do they have weapons on them? Do they have weapons on them?
Yeah, they are all equipped with some weaponry too.
I'm trying to get a good look at the paper to see if I look good on it or not.
It's not a picture, it's a description.
I'm going to pipe up. There must be some misunderstanding here. What are we meant to have that you want, and who even told you to expect us? This doesn't make much sense. Could you explain it?
The dwarf says, enough talking. All right, boys, let's get them. And they start to draw their weapons and get ready to fight you. And I would like everyone to roll initiative, except for Tillman. And
Are we supposed to be on a map?
nope.
Fair
Just
enough.
go ahead and roll an initiative.
There's an issue.
Oh my god.
How'd you roll a
And-
3.14?
Yeah, it's
It's
the
an option.
like
it's the initiative tiebreaker.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So as you all get ready to fight, suddenly there's a big rumble sound around you, and the ground starts shaking, and all the dwarves seem quite alarmed at what's going on, and suddenly, before you can really in any way react to it, boom, the ground beneath you crumbles. And I'd like everyone to make a dexterity saving throw.
Is this something I see coming?
No.
Depends on what you see coming.
You're an oracle.
Wow. I really hope this isn't going to be character killing damage.
Okay.
Will Todd do this too?
Yes.
Todd has proficiency in dexterity saving throws.
Ooh.
Wish I could say
I
the
don't know
same.
why, but every time you say Todd, I think of Todd Howard.
Okay, we'll just. Okay, wait.
All right. So the ground just like gives up under you. You start just falling down, almost like a nearly almost like 90-degree slope, but not quite. Like there's a little bit of ground beneath you. You're not falling, just like free falling down, but you're tumbling through this. There's ground, earth everywhere.
Relo09 is now hosting the stream.
It's just like absolute chaos, and you keep tumbling down for what feels like forever to you, and there's rocks falling. You hit your head and everything, and some of you are slightly better at this, at kind of keeping their composure here. And so Frid and I guess Todd take 14 points of damage, while then Mort, Mervin, and Celeste take 7 points of damage. And Lazaldin rolls a 1 and dies. Just like that.
Wait,
But so
are we killing him like this?
so you so
He
you've fallen.
He couldn't have gotten like a promotion and left the group.
You've fallen down, and like everything's quite chaotic. You fall down into this completely pitch black tunnel, or like wherever you are, and so the ones of you who do not have dark vision ability will be completely blinded. You can see absolutely nothing. There's no light here, since also your light spells concentrations have broken down. Wait, is it
Light spell is
concentration?
not concentration.
But
Oh.
we can keep casting them, right? It doesn't matter because they're cantrips.
yeah. But anyways, the whole place is like completely pitch black, and there's like dust settling now, and basically you have fallen down into some sort of lower tunnel place, like it keeps going forward from where you are, but behind you the tunnel above that collapsed has kind of like just blocked off the whole pathway back, and under the rubble you can see Lazalden's dead corpse.
Did he die
Did some
instantly?
stuff.
Yes.
Okay,
Painlessly.
so it was like one rock fell and squished, like straight up decapitated him, non-lethally, of course.
Non-lethal decapitation damage.
Yeah, that's the thing that we have a few times.
We started beating
decapitations.
thugs and realized halfway through that our characters are not monsters, and so we asked, "Could we have like, done all this non-lethally?"
Another question: did we see him die? Because of the darkness, have we not seen?
I mean,
my character at least.
Well, I mean, you're not. Well, no, you're not currently aware, since you've all just fell down, and you are probably a little bit confused about what happened in general. So.
And did we hear the dwarves fall down as well?
One of the dwarves fell down, and yeah, they are here as well.
Great.
The lead dwarf, the one who was in the front.
The lead dwarf fell down. Even better.
Sorry, remind me again. How much damage did the people who failed take?
14.
14. Yeah.
14. Okay.
Isn't that like half of Todd's head?
So I would like to stand up, and then, because I can't see anything, I'd like to pull out a torch.
All right.
Please don't blow us all up.
Yes, there was some gas in here, and it blew up. No. Yeah.
First thing you do after an earthquake, you check, you turn off the gas.
Although you wouldn't be able to smell it in a cave.
Unless it's a magical gas.
But
maybe
I
shouldn't give you ideas.
Also, the only reason we smell it is because people.
We give it that scent.
You add odor.
That scent. Yeah, it's not natural.
But there's no gas in here.
Yeah, okay.
That you know of. So yeah, you light up a torch and you kind of see the surroundings. So everybody, except for Lazaldin, are relatively okay. Scratched, confused maybe, but you're all standing. The dwarf is on the ground, lying there, not moving. Same with Lazaldin.
Is he dead?
As Celeste gets her bearings, she will just look at first, make sure that everything on her is fine, and then will like relatively quietly, not whisper, but more of a yell, and shout and yell, is everyone all right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Bit hurt.
Todd buzzes in agreement.
Mort? Lars?
Guys, I don't think Lars is looking too hot here.
I could not hear what you said.
I'm just gonna say, yeah, sure.
Again, I still can't hear properly what you're saying.
Yeah, you're kind of speaking away from your mic.
Is this better?
Not.
I don't think
no.
it's using your
Yeah.
headphone mic, actually. I think you're using your laptop's mic.
Give me a second. Okay, how is it now?
Sounds the same.
Yeah.
If you click in you click on the cog icon, you should be able to select your audio source.
It does say default micro. Oh,
But try selecting the headphone mic specifically or headset.
no.
Still sounds the same.
That's what? Okay, let me just page, see if that helps.
I would like to cast my mending cantrip on Todd. Kind of crawl over to him.
All right. You
Priorities.
start.
That
You give-
actually it gives him 2d6 health back.
Yeah, you give Todd some CPR.
I guess 8. So he is back up.
You have access to Todd's token on the map, right?
I do. It works
oh,
a
you
little
don't.
differently.
Wait, I can actually just add Todd's whole thing here for you on the world map here.
There we go. There we go.
So you can add some health in there.
That's weird. I don't know why he's
Oh,
missing 10
is
health
this
for
better?
anything, but
Yeah.
Love it.
Okay, shit, that's the page.
16
All right.
Okay.
So,
All right, Todd's looking better.
not getting a response from Lazaldan, Celeste will just search around, looking
We have a
for
light, right?
what?
I mean, we have a light source, right? Somebody
Yeah,
whipped
I
out
have
the
the light
torch
source
so
still.
we can see them and stuff.
I mean, it's only like, okay, dark vision gives me 60 feet of vision, and the light source just gives 20 bright and 20 additional dim. So if Lazaldan is hypothetically outside of my dark vision range, I won't be able to see him.
But yeah,
But
you find Lazaldin in the rubble.
Is it rubble that I can move?
Yeah.
I try to get the rubble off of him.
Yep. You successfully extract Lazaldin's dead body from there.
Oh, no. This is not happening. As I use my, without even checking whether he's alive or dead, I will use Healing Touch on Lazardin's body.
All right. Nothing happened. You healingly touch Lazaldin, but nothing happens.
No. This usually works. Fred, please, could you help?
Yeah. After hearing that, I know where he is then. So I go over. Oh, he really doesn't look good. I'll like slap him in the face a few times and speak to him. Come on, Lars, get up. And as a Dragonborn myself, I know about basic Dragonborn biology, I'm assuming, so I'd know where to feel for a pulse.
Yeah.
So I would then do that, and then I would feel.
Yeah, there's nothing. Nothing.
And then I would just kind of frown and look over at Mort. Hey,
We all
do you have
slowly turn.
anything to help here? That's not going to, uh, you know, turn him into a zombie or anything.
What do you mean?
He's he's dead. I'm sorry, guys. Must have been instant with the fall.
Oh.
And as everybody is sort of generally mourning, I am going to cast. Where is it? One second. Can't find it.
Mervyn is feeling very guilty that he prepared neither cure wounds nor feather fall.
Don't think it was the fall that really.
Yeah, cast
Oh,
gentle
it was-
repose.
Was that he landed and then a rock immediately fell on top of him.
All
Why?
right, you protect Lazaldin's body, and as all of this is happening, by the way, Tillman, your character, these others have not noticed you, but your character has arrived on the scene from where you were a little bit further in, and you can butt in at any point if you want, or just observe. You're mute.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna observe for a second. Some of these types of people, I've never seen them before. It's kind of unusual. So I'm just gonna stand in the shadows and watch for whatever happens next.
Yeah. Okay.
I am going to be pretty distraught by realizing he's dead. I'm going to fall to my knees and I'm going to call out, Bahamut, give him back to us. He's one of your followers. Don't take him away from us. Use your power to save him. Trying to get Bahamut to help one of Bahamut's followers.
Do you want to throw a religion roll into that as well?
I would, yes.
Watch him crit.
Where's religion? 9.
No.
Bahamut descends into your
Yeah.
presence and is like, sorry, bro.
No.
So yeah, you give out this impromptu prayer to Bahamut, but nothing happens. You hear no mystical voice.
He doesn't rise up and have a magical girl transformation into a cleric.
Nope.
No.
Just for my reference, what am I seeing? How many people are there? What do they look like?
So you're seeing well, this sort of dramatic scene right now. Prit is shaking fist towards the heaven, and so what you see is a dragonborn, a blue dragonborn. Although well, yeah, they are in light, so you will be able to tell the coloring as well. You see somebody who resembles an elf. That sounds sort of weird, but you know, resembles somebody of similar to your surface kind, who you are probably somewhat familiar with, and then you see two people who look pretty much like humans, which I'm sure you have probably seen some of those as well. I can imagine that the Dragonborn might be one of those things that you actually haven't ever seen.
Yeah, probably heard of them, but not seen.
Yeah, and then you see a bucket.
He's a barrel. Thank
He's
you.
a barrel, not a bucket. Check yourself.
Yeah, with some like tank treads on it, and and then you see. Well, I mean, I suppose you would also see the other dragonborn that is lying motionless, dead, and you see a dwarf which you can recognize as one of the deep dwarves.
Do the Dragonborn look like siblings?
No, because they are different colored, so I would guess that you would probably assume that they aren't really.
Okay.
Aren't you forgetting something?
What do you say?
Aren't you forgetting something?
Oh, Fluffy?
Oh yeah, actually, so I mean, well, technically I
Or
haven't
you- or
forgotten
you-
anything because I haven't mentioned Fluffy around here because Fluffy isn't around here.
Was Fluffy standing behind us?
I was actually referring to my robes, but yeah, Fluffy's important too.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
I don't care about the donkey. I'm talking about my drip. Oh,
one
Priority.
of the human-looking people does have some very interesting robes. They are pink.
Aggressive on the eyes. Okay.
Yeah. It's a coloration that you don't exactly see too much in your where you're from.
Was Fluffy standing behind us or in front of us
Behind
when we
you.
were? So, presumably, like
Wouldn't he be
a
like
hole,
in
the
the
hole
middle?
opened up and we fell, and then up there is probably the dwarves, and then Fluffy on the other side, and hole in between them
Yeah, I mean,
is what I would
as
assume. What I would
far as you
assume is.
can tell from the situation, Fluffy has not fallen down here, no. But Fluffy's situation is a mystery for you for now.
Okay, I think it's time to introduce myself. So, Janice is going to put her hand on her rapier, step out from the shadows or from behind wherever she was hiding, and say, "Excuse me? Hello? Can you?"
like
Oh,
turn
hi.
direction in fear and confusion.
Is there
In-
another manlet?
In the darkness, you see pretty much the shape of an elf.
Oh.
Are you lost, or what brings you to these depths? It doesn't look like. Did you come here on purpose?
Oh no.
I'm gonna just point upwards and say, "He came from there." And we
Who are
have
you?
no
What's
clue
your
how we got
intention? Is
here.
what I'm going to say because I'm a bit on edge.
Are you
My
one
intentions?
of these people? As I point towards the dark-skinned dwarf.
Okay, I'm gonna take a look at the dwarf. Do I recognize this dwarf?
No, you don't exactly recognize them, but you do know, like they seem to belong to some sort of a deep dwarven gang. You don't know them, but that's what you could determine from it.
Well, no, I don't know this specific dwarf, but is this the deepest you've ever been?
Insight check. Because
All right.
I know it's not. I know there's no point to it, but still.
Maybe
Where is
there
it?
is point to it.
What are you trying to determine with your insight?
whether what they're saying is actually correct, whether they're not associated with these dwarves.
Yep.
Should I roll?
Well, no, because you don't really have anything to. You're not rolling anything specifically, so no.
Well, persuasion or deception or.
Yeah, though you're not lying, so but in this situation, nah, you don't need to roll against it. So yeah, you feel like this person seems to be quite genuine in what they are saying.
So this is the deepest you've ever been, yes?
Celeste will hesitantly answer back, yeah, yes.
Well, this is the highest I've ever been, so maybe we can help each other out. You see, I've been trying to get to the surface for a while now, but seeing as you just came from there, do you know the way up? I mean, obviously there's that passage there, but
Yeah. How far did we fall?
So you can't actually. There's no way back up. It's all like collapsed in on itself. So you don't actually know how far you have fallen. You don't know how deep you are. And in general, I doubt that any of your characters really know about where you are. In the sense that you probably know that there is sort of an underground world beneath Lyvernia, but you don't really know too much about it.
wait, you said this is the deepest you've ever been? Yes? So
Yes.
then I guess it falls to me. Welcome to the Underdark. Have you heard of us? Heard of
Were
me?
you born here?
Was I born here? I mean, of course, I can excuse you for not recognizing me, but Janice is going to hold up her hand, showing there's a ring on one of the fingers, and it looks pretty elaborate.
Yeah, and your characters also now notice that that the elf has a much darker skin than anyone you've met so far.
Okay.
In fact, kind of similar to how the dwarf looks.
Yeah.
So who are you supposed to be exactly?
Who am I supposed to be? Well, I'm Janus Duralis, the fourth, the only scion of the House Duralis.
Cool.
Yeah, buddy. We don't hear much from above the ground, see? So
So,
we may not know.
are you primitives then?
My companions might be, but I'm not so much.
Well, I mean, I can educate you on the matter a bit, but surely you are aware of the concept of nobility, yes? Or
Yeah.
are you all tribe members of some sort?
You're a noble. Wow, I do not care.
Excuse me.
We kind of have bigger things right now, and I would like to take my crossbow and hold it up to the dwarf that was talking to us before we fell, and
Yep.
say, "Was this part of the plan?"
There's no
Gesturing
reply.
to the rocks and stuff. Oh shit! Okay, so I go
Yeah,
over to him and
dwarf
feel
should
for a
be on
pulse. Is he dead?
Yes.
He's dead. Okay, I thought he was standing there. Never mind. Okay.
No, he was lying down. Yeah.
I still did all the same. I still did all the same thing. I
Yeah.
don't take back any of that.
Yeah.
I pointed. Ugh. Ugh.
Sorry, we're a bit on edge right now. One of our trusted party members has died.
Ah, well, I can sympathize. But
Okay.
um, regardless, you said you are from the world above, yes?
That is correct.
And you wish to return there, yes?
No, we're going to Regornir.
Regornia?
You are familiar with the dwarven cities here, so
I've heard of it, yes.
yeah.
Ah, I've heard of the faraway place, but it's a long way from here, yes? I mean, you've or well, truth be told, I must admit I am slightly lost, but
Uh,
you know the way there? You are heading there, yes?
oh, we did.
We knew the way there as in before the tunnel collapsed and we landed down here. Now it's a complete mess.
Oof. Well, that is somewhat impractical.
Hmm.
I'll note that Janice, you actually came through this tunnel, so from where the tunnel has now collapsed. So you were heading the way that the tunnel goes.
Well, I'm not much of a guide, seeing as I am unfortunately lost, but I was going this way. I mean, you are welcome to accompany me, if that is what you desire. Not that I know where I'm going any better than you, presumably, but
You at least are familiar with the terrain.
of
I mean,
course.
it's better than
That's-
having no idea whatsoever. Even a bad idea of where we're going is better than having no idea. So I'm in favor.
Okay. All right. I would like to search the body of the dwarf. Does he still have that piece of paper?
Yeah, it's kind of in a worse shape, but it is still there.
Okay. I would like to take it.
Yep.
Should I inspect it now? Can I?
Yeah, you can. So it's basically it. This particular paper has a description of the five of you, as in Lazaldin, but not Jens. So it has a pretty accurate description of all of you.
Does it say
Like
anything about
what
the?
kind of stuff you've worn and stuff like that.
Does it say anything specifically about the scroll case thing?
No, it doesn't have particularly anything else on it. This one.
Okay.
It's
So it
just
just
a
has
description
a
of you.
physical description.
Yeah, and it describes like what who you are, who you look like, or what you look like, and what you're carrying.
When it says who
What language
we
is it
are,
written in?
It's common.
Okay.
when it says who we are, does that mean like we're adventurers, or does it say there's a bard, there's a necromancer, etc., etc.? Just how
Definitely not necromancer. No, it says it actually has your names on it.
I haven't used any necromancy, so that would be extremely weird.
yeah,
Talked.
extremely weird.
We talked to a bunch of corpses in that cave.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
but there was no one there. No.
Oh yeah. Okay.
See,
You've never used necromancy in front of other people. Yeah. Okay.
so it just says a physical description of who we are and our names. Does it say what we're carrying of any kind?
Well, no, it describes like what you as people have on you.
Okay.
oh,
As
so
in
it
your
definitely
clothing,
describes
armor.
Right.
the drip.
Yes, the drip robes and
Yeah.
and all of that. And it does. So it mentions it mentions specifically, it mentions Lazaldin, Celeste, Frid, Mort, and Mervin. It has no mention of Todd.
Is there a
The
seal
bastards.
of any sort on the or a crest anywhere on
The
the?
disrespect.
No, it's a nondescript page with just the descriptions of you.
I'm gonna crane
what
my
this
head
mean-
and like try to look at whatever they're huddled around because I'm just sort of like awkwardly standing at the edge of the light.
You know what this means, right? Todd can infiltrate their group. They don't know who he is.
Oh no.
007 metal version.
Oh.
I pocket it. I have no more use for.
Is there anything
This.
cool on the dwarf?
No, nothing cool.
I'm going to turn to Mort and say the spell you cast in the cave that time. Let me just make sure I know the details. You ask 5 questions that they answer yes or no to, right?
That's correct, yes.
Or is it
Okay.
10?
I'm going to
No.
prepare 5 questions for you. Can you ask those to these to this dwarf?
The thing is, he has no reason to sort of answer the questions.
I have a zone of truth spell. If we combine the two, then he won't be able to lie.
Yeah, but he won't give out. He can give out like non-committal answers. Okay.
It's a yes or no question, and he's not allowed to lie. Or does he
No,
not?
it's not
have to?
it's not a yes or no question.
Is it not?
I'll butt in. No, they can say whatever they want.
And plus, the target needs to be a creature, and a corpse is not a creature.
No, it's a.
Oh,
spell
for
that's
Zone of
called
Truth, the target.
Oh.
Yeah.
But I don't think Zone of Truth compels you to talk.
Yeah, it does not either. So there's also
You can
that.
remain silent.
Yeah, I feel like this is more a spell that we can use on our allies who are willing to help rather than anyone who's not dead. And just they have no reason to speak to us.
Do I hear the conversation about asking this dwarf questions?
Yeah.
Okay. If I might butt in, what would you ask this fellow there?
Don't worry, nothing of concern. But I've got a bone to pick with him, I guess you could say.
Well, I mean, he's right there. You could take the bones out.
Underground people, okay.
As you kind of inspected the description and the scroll case that you were carrying is brought to kind of the surface of your mind, you do notice that as you know, as you tumbled down, a lot of your stuff kind of fell around. So you can gather it all up, but you notice that the scroll case, in fact, the one that was sealed with the actual item in it, it got hit by a heavy rock, and the tube is open.
Oh shit.
Uh,
The seal broke, and the tube is kind of broken in
The
general.
case that we got, or the... Actually, no, it came on its...
Or
with its
one of
own.
our 4 fake ones.
Wait, so
No,
this is the real one, yeah?
Yeah, the real one.
The real
so
one.
so you can see that there's something inside of it.
Is it like
My thing is-
blatantly open when I grab it? Because if I was the one carrying it.
Yeah, it is. It is.
So
Like
I can-
the scroll
No,
case
no, it-
is like, well, it's pretty much, you know, it's like a cardboard tube that has been hit by a big rock, so it's not in
No,
very
no
good
one
shape.
touch it. No one touch it. I put on my welding mask. I put on my gloves, and I very carefully use my tinker's tools to kind of.
Well, I've already like picked it up
No.
beforehand because I'm trying to like that's how I see that it's open and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I'm well, we've already failed the objective then of not opening it. So I'm going to pour the contents into my hand to see the other case inside, because from our previous, we discerned that there's a case inside of a case. So I'd like to look at the case
Indeed.
inside of the case. What do I see?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you ever like 100% determined that it is a case within a case, but it is a case within a case. So now you have instead of a tube, you have a rectangular case. Well, I mean, you can imagine what a rectangular case looks like. That would fit into a tube. So you have that now in your hand. It is it is it seems like it is made out of like a very very dark wood. As you hold it, you sense even strongly like tremendous magical power within it, and the whole thing it's mostly featureless. It opens up like halfway through, so you would like open it in two pieces. But there's a clasp which seems to have some sort of rune carving on it.
Do I sense the magical power emanating from wherever
Not at a distance.
Okay.
No.
I would like
Do
to
we
whip out my
recognize the
super
room?
cool sunglasses and inspect it.
You detect the magic.
What kind of magic?
You basically just you basically just can tell that it is magical. It doesn't seem to be like you don't discern any other information out of it now.
Oh, this is some custom work. Okay.
I'm going to put it back inside the broken case, scroll case, and I'm going to ask Mervyn to cast Mending on the case.
Yes, and I do so.
So does that now fix and seal the scroll case?
So the scroll case had a magical seal on it. You wouldn't be able to replicate that with just mending.
Oh, but I do have arcane lock, but I'm not going to bother.
Double magical sealed, yikers.
So I have a question. I could roll Arcana to see if I know this. We said before that if I used Identify, it wouldn't really work because I need to be touching the item in question. So we would have to open the scroll case. Do I assume this is a similar deal for the rectangular case? That casting Identify on the rectangular case would be just not worth my time. And the gemstone that I'd have to use.
Yes. You wouldn't be able to identify the case.
Okay.
The case itself isn't a magical item.
Right. The little clasp might be.
I mean, no, it's not. From a mechanical sense, it's not a magical item. No.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right.
So I guess it's now sealed up, but without the magical seal on the scroll case, and we can deal with that as we do.
All right. Janice, was it?
Janice, yes.
Let's go.
Wait, before we do, we're not going anywhere just yet. Hold your horses,
okay.
Mervyn. I'm going to ritually cast Speak with Animals to try and speak donkey.
Shout for her.
All right. You speak mule.
Yeah.
I guess a mule speaks donkey as well.
Yeah.
And I will shout up in mule then. Fluffy, are you there?
You get no reply.
If you are able to hear me, Fluffy, run back the way we came. And yeah, that's my
Oh, what about?
communication with Fluffy.
Well, what about Lars's horse?
Well, it wasn't a real horse, was it? It was like a spirit.
No,
soul.
Magical
it
horse.
It was
Yeah.
a magical horse.
So I
It's
assume
definitely gone now.
Yeah, I think when the paladin dies, that deed also disappears.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Did Lars have any magical items on him?
I don't think so. Let me double check.
Because he didn't
weapon
accept
one?
the magical sword.
Oh yeah, he
Except
didn't.
this-
But no, I don't think he does.
Don't think so.
No. Lazardin has nothing of value.
No, Celeste has the time stone. Do we want to use the time stone?
It's
Or
for one
we-
roll.
Oh, you're right.
It's one roll, yeah.
You're right. You're right.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's also a reaction.
Yep.
It is. All right. If we want to interrogate this this dwarf, fine. But otherwise, I think we should
Well,
go
if we
into a
can't
corner.
force him to answer, then I'm not sure what we'll gain. I was really hoping that the Zone of Truth would do something here, but I guess not. Wait, does he not count as a creature then?
Seems odd that he wouldn't.
I mean,
No,
it's a corpse. A
even
corpse
if
is an
it
object.
did- even if he did.
By that logic,
it doesn't
is
have
an
to count.
undead skeleton an object?
No, an undead is an undead.
And is an undead not a creature?
An undead is a creature. But
So,
the corpse is not an undead.
so by speaking
I
to
think
the
this.
corpse,
I
does
think
that
this.
change the state of the corpse?
No,
Nope.
see, it's the difference is that Mort wouldn't be animating the dead here, just speaking to a corpse.
I think he kind of turns the corpse into a phone
kind of. But
that
yeah,
then
as
connects to the afterlife.
as we determined, there's like a double problem with that.
Yeah.
Like, even if Zone of Truth works, it doesn't mean that they have to speak the truth, because Zone of Truth specifically states that they are aware of it and they can choose not to say anything. But I mean, you can try.
I'm going to search the dwarf's body for any insignias or markings, like any tattoos, any affiliation to anything.
Yeah, you see, you don't really find much else, but you do see that the dwarf has some sort of distinct tattoo on their neck, like on the side of the neck.
Okay.
This seems like something Janice would probably, if anyone.
Well
might
then,
know.
Elf, do you recognize this? No,
Do I recognize it?
You do not.
But I presumably know that it might be like a gang symbol or something. Okay, yeah, I say, well, it looks like a gang symbol. I mean, he just looks like a gangster. I mean, there's hundreds of gangs. I don't know this one specifically, but tattoos aren't uncommon. Very likely, he was probably just hired for a couple coin or something. These people are cheap.
And whilst we're on the topic of coin, because Fluffy didn't fall down, are we to assume that the chest with all our money did also not fall down? Okay.
I would like to point out that I specifically said when we happened upon the chest that I pocketed multiple of the gems.
Yeah, same.
So, not all is lost. I would still
I
like
mean-
to recover all that money.
Well, I mean, well, you did put them in the cart, as in they are marked in the cart.
No, I said I put them like in my pockets.
Wait, we have to maintain a personal inventory? Oh, yeah.
Are we to
I
assume
mean,
that
you
none of
don't.
us...
As in, like, the house ruling still stands. Like, you use Fluffy as a cart, but right now you don't have access to Fluffy. So you don't have access to that shared stuff, the rope, the money.
They have a little.
So
Yeah.
I just heard the Dragonborn make like some animal noises like a couple seconds ago, and now they're yelling for Fluffy. So, excuse me, are you missing a party member?
We're
The
missing
most
our-
important party member.
Leader of the party.
Okay,
No,
can I
guys,
look-
I'm right here. We're missing Fluffy, though. Our donkey.
A donkey. Can I look up the hole and see if I can see a donkey?
No, so there is no hole. The whole thing
Just
has
rubble.
collapsed in on itself. It's just a closed up tunnel.
Okay, can I listen very carefully to see if I can hear any donkey noises?
Yeah.
What do you know what a
can
donkey is?
You can do a
Would you
perception.
know it?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I can perception. There.
22.
Yep, that's quite some perception right there. You do not hear any donkey noises, or well, if we are again specific, mule.
I would
can't
like
hear
to
you.
go back to our other discussion just to really ask. So the way the cart works, like it, all my tools and weapons and all that, that's on my person, and then
Yeah, well,
cart-
whatever you would like. First of all, anything that's marked on the cart, I assume, is on the cart. But anything that is like reasonably on your person is on your person.
Okay. Because I
But
pocketed those gems with the intention to use them in spells and stuff.
Yeah. For Revivify. Whatever.
And I think I I said I only pocketed a few, like 5 maybe.
There only
Like
were.
not
5?
I-
I mean, there weren't that many.
There were
there were-
4
oh, okay.
gems.
There were wait, what? Wait.
There were 4 gems. One worth, we estimated 10 gold,
Right.
1 50 gold, 1 600, and 1 1,000 gold.
I think
We
I remember I
said,
took the
well,
big
Duke said
one.
mechanically it doesn't matter what type of gem, just that they are gems, just the value needs to be.
yeah. I guess when I said I pocketed something. Right, here we go. The 4 gems. Forget which one I said. It doesn't
Well, I
matter
don't-
right this minute. We can go back.
Yeah, I don't recall you specifically mentioning anything about carrying a gem right now. So for this purpose, we can assume that you do not have access to those gems right now.
Okay.
Alright.
All right, then let's. I'd like to keep moving.
That direction?
The
I
only
point towards
direction
the
available.
only direction that's possible.
Is that the direction? Is that the direction to Lyvernia?
I don't know.
Oh my god.
That's the direction I was
Oh.
going, but I mean,
We can assume it's not the direction you came. Now, let's...
Why
Are we
are you
just gonna-
traveling by yourself?
well, that's something of a long story. But
Because you're kind of terrible at it.
And then I'll chime in. It is a bit unusual for a noble, as you so proudly pointed out, to be so uselessly lost by yourself in the...
excuse me, I am not
We're thinking of
useless.
Shannon.
Is it
I
because
said
nobody
uselessly
likes
lost.
you?
You are lost, correct?
Yes.
So in that regard, you have lost your usefulness to find your way.
I personally don't tie my self-value to the ability to navigate.
Well, as a noble, that means you do at least have money, right?
I mean,
Or access to a bank account once we get to a city.
no. My mother, if you asked her, but I would advise against that.
Well, that's a whole different tree I'm not going to bark up.
But regardless, despite me being lost, I mean, you might not be aware of this, but this is my home environment. If I can just
Mhm.
survive here indefinitely, I can see in the dark. Can you?
Which weapon is Janice equipped again?
Rapier, you
There's
said,
a
right?
rapier at my belt, along with a couple daggers and a short bow on my back.
Use some kind of